John, a strong team going forward to Royal Ascot this year, and one of the 3-year-olds I'm sure you're looking forward to running there and we're all looking forward to see is Without Parole, particularly on what he did at Sandown last time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's only had 3 runs in his life. He ran one back end and then he won nicely, decent novice at Yarmouth. Having said that, the race at Sandown the other day, the ground didn't suit him, but he got the job done, and he'd gone there on an absolute minimum of work. He'd been sort of in his box for 10 days with a foot abscess, which kept him, I think, probably fortunately out of the Guineas. So yeah, he goes to the St James Palace. If he gets summer ground, you know, summer good to firm ground, that'll really suit him. I've got bundles of respect for, you know, Tip to Win. This horse has split the Guineas and the Derby winner. That is the best 3-year-old form in Europe. So why people are looking past him, I cannot begin to understand. But we hope we can give him a good race because he brings the standard to the race.
And just on him, is there a chance that people are looking past him because he doesn't hail from one of the larger stables? If you like, Roger Till's done a brilliant job with him, and on form, as you say, goodness me, he deserves to be right up there in the betting, doesn't he?
He should be 2-to-1 favourite, you know, he really should. And just because he was on his travels a little in the winter doesn't mean anything. You know, he maybe benefited from a better climate where he was racing. But I thought he ran a very impressive race. He's got solid credentials, he's got the rating, and we are not on that rating. We've got to aspire to it. And I think there's a little bit of, yeah, there's a bit of prejudice coming out there that's misplaced.
Would your horse have definitely run in the Guineas had he not had the setback? Was that yours?
Not definite, no. It was being considered, but at the same time, it was a little bit of a rush. It was going there in a bit of a hurry. You know, the Guineas, in a sense, is always the last 2-year-old race. You want to have some fairly serious experience as a 2-year-old to be running in a Guineas. Has been my experience, you know, watching it, looking at the form. So to that extent, he would have gone there a little bit unprepared in terms of being streetwise.
His very successful owner breeders couldn't contain their excitement about going to Royal Ascot, even having Frankie aboard for the Sandown race, having sent their mare to Frankel, etc. I mean, their passion for it really came across. I thought we were lucky enough to speak to them afterwards, and they're really looking forward to taking this horse to
Yeah,
Ascot.
I've known John and obviously Tanya Gunther for a number of years. Look, they're great people. They've got a farm, Kentucky. They're passionate about the game, as you say, and they understand it. And they're patient with horses. It's interesting that, you know, the horse that's won the Triple Crown didn't run at 2. This horse ran once. So they're not trying to breed precocious, short-fused animals. You know, they're looking to produce nice potential milers, 1.25-mile horses, and pretty exciting. Justify, I say, to go and win a Triple Crown is it's never easy, and for Bob to do it twice in virtually 3 years is pretty incredible.
And I'm sure for them to have a Royal Ascot winner in the form Without Parole will be very exciting. You seem to say straight after the race that you really felt Better Ground would bring out the best in this.
No, I'm clear. He's a top of the ground horse. He's a summer ground horse, and I think the triple suit him well. The stiff round mile, and look, I hope he'll put in a huge performance. But I look at the form in the cold light of day objectively, and so I'm aware of the task he has ahead.
And future-wise, whatever happens in the St James's Palace, he's a horse that 10 furlongs wouldn't be off his radar, would it?
Wouldn't be off the radar, no. There's no reason to rush to it straight now, but there'd be no reason in the future. You know, it's his father got 1.25 miles, obviously comfortably as a 4-year-old. Henry kept him to 1 mile as a 3-year-old. But he's brother to a Breeders' Cup Dirt winner, so you know, he could step up, but there's no rush to do so.